It's the OCGFAM show. We're talking about building the perfect regimen for your grow, and we're going to get serious today. Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show to you, my YouTube buddies. What's going on? How you doing? Let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it. So, we're working on this regimen thing, and today we're getting to the serious stuff, the big one, Herculean Harvest. Oh, the big bottle here. This was a game changer for Nectar for the Gods. This made a real difference. It's when they took the whole thing to another league from just being really good to being something special. And so the clip we're going to be watching is talking about how to use the Herculean Harvest, and we're talking about, though, building a regimen. And I would say any regimen, even if it's just this, you need some Olympus up with it, but this is the cornerstone, this is the center, this is the driver of it. So this is a particularly interesting episode, I think. I think this clip will be helpful. Watch it, and I'll talk to you after. So you got that three, and then what do you got back here?
Well, here was, the pusher and the driver was the Herculean. And the Herculean is what really started making us move more Olympus up. Because
of the pH?
To keep this stable, we have to drop the pH down. Through its digestion process, we get everything broken down to its most available form.
Right. Uh-huh.
But in doing that, breaking bone apart like that, it's
it's excited. It's ready to roll.
It's off-gassing as we're as we're hydrolyzing the bones.
Uh-huh.
We're exploding these molecules, which in that reaction we're releasing a CO2 gas.
Sure. Uh-huh.
To stop that gas from continuing throughout the rest of time, we basically have to drop the pH down on it.
Just to stabilize it.
It just stabilizes it. It stops the CO2 off gas. And another reason for that is when you do raise the pH back up on it, it does a quick CO2 release.
It's ready to roll.
Yep, it's now charged, and now that CO2 is being released in the root zone, which can benefit the plant because they can absorb that at certain times of the day.
Okay.
So it's, I never worry about the CO2 release after we get it stabilized. But this became our secret weapon really in the line. I mean, this by far is the biggest selling product. It's the most widely used across the entire industry, whether it's synthetic farmers, salt-based, mineral-based, or organic farming. It just seems to be the one that everybody wants to use because they see such an immediate benefit. The major benefit of liquid bone meal, there's a lot of liquid bone meals out on the market, and they should be looked at, they should be tested, they should be played with, but the reality is most of them are just the post byproduct of steaming them. So they're getting the water and the juice. Not many are actually grinding up the bones. I mean, especially what we do, we crush them down into fine powder, then we soak them and we hydrolyze them to actually break off the calcium phosphate. So when we're done, we're liquefying bones.
Theirs is a broth.
Basically, a lot of them are broths, or they're just bone powder that aren't available anyway. You're better off just putting bone meal in your soil.
Well, it's like you see when you get the bag of the bone meal. It's all broken down into dust, but it's still long from being available to the plant.
A piece of dust to us is a giant boulder to a bacteria.
Yeah.
So it's still a meal this big. A bacteria is trying to work off. Yeah. So when you put bone meal in your soil, and we put a lot of bone meal in our number 4 soil. Lots of bone meal in the bag. But we know that only a percentage of that's going to be available in the next 16 to 20 weeks of that plant growing in there.
It's going to be the next plant or the next plant after that's
it gets better over years of use because that bone meal will continue to break down over time. So if you're using powdered bone meals in your grow, inoculate early, make your soils early, get those pre-broken down like 3 to 6 months in advance, and then plant in them because then that bone meal will be available. If you're using bone meal outdoors, that should be going in the ground in January. So you'll have availability in June, July, and August. And even then, you still have a whole nother year worth.
Yeah.
So bone meal is great, but you have to know how it works, how it breaks down, how it gets consumed. We digest it for you, so that's why people get so excited about Herculean Harvest is they see the results almost overnight. And most see it overnight. I just say almost because I don't want that email. I wanted my bone meal today, and I did not see a result overnight.
See a result.
So you may not get those results.
Your results may vary. Okay, what do you think of that? I thought that was pretty cool. More coming tomorrow. Let's keep after this. I love you. See you then. The OCGFAM show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCGFAM show. See you tomorrow.